Hello and welcome to episode number 195 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of November 5th, 2022. This is dated for Wybold's birthday. Happy birthday, Wybold. He's not here, though. I am your host, Elvis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me I have one fireman, that's TJ Sacosio, two horsemen, Dean Massara and Tyler L., the ever-mysterious Tyler L., and returning as our brakeman, Brian Harrison.
Howdy, this is I, the Starlight Alchemist. I'm back.
Yep, and you guys can vamp for a second while I remember to make the cargoes document because I forgot again.
Whoopsie dingles.
That's okay. Before I get things squared away, the train will terminate at this station.
Alright, we are at Revelstoke, BC. We're looking at the camera that's just off the Revelstoke Railway Museum on the CP main line. A plow just went by. Unfortunately, we didn't catch that. But something else will be showing up any minute now. Not that guy on
A
a
man
bike,
on a bicycle. There he is.
else.
There it is.
Something else will be showing up any minute now that I'm rather excited for. Why did it just brighten?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow, no. Revelstoke's getting hit by the bombs.
The sun just came out from behind a cloud.
It's a second sun. Alright, anyway.
Yeah.
Some railroads are making second suns. Actually, not really. There were no nuclear explosions. However, there were plenty of accidents, I guess? Crashes? Starting on the 17th, where, quote, a fancy car was stuck and hit by a train. This was,
a fancy car.
Quote unquote fancy car. It's just a Miata.
Yeah, it's a Miata.
Oh, I was gonna say, is it the video of the Miata?
Yeah.
It's just a hairdresser's car. Unless it's like a modded out NA or NB, it's not really fancy.
Well, it looked like it was an NA. So RIP.
I'm pretty sure it was an NC.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead. I don't know.
Go off. I don't know. We're not going to get super specific on the Miata. This is not the Miata podcast.
Well, it killed the MC, I guess. That's fine.
Also, gatekeeping fancy car. Nice job, guys. There was also a train derailment. This is Canadian Pacific, speaking of which.
Really?
On the 19th.
That's my dad!
There he is!
There he is!
Mr. Harrison,
No.
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, this was Canadian Pacific. They derailed like 8 cars. They just bunched up all the engines and some other stuff. It looks like, did they spill a bunch of stuff, or is that just they derailed it into water? It looks like they derailed into water. So, oops. 4 days later, we have our next accident of the period. This is good old CSX in Framingham, actually. TJ, did you get evacuated?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Raven.
Do you know anything about this, actually?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. It was just a minor derailment, I suppose. They blocked a road
dad.
with it, so that's fun.
Oh, no.
And then on November 2nd, which is November 2nd, there was a hydrochloric acid leak in St. James Parish thanks to a Canadian national derailment. Residents had to be evacuated for a substantial amount of time while they cleaned that up. So, no kaboom, but...
He looks lost, says someone in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they don't know that he's there because his son asked him to.
Oh,
Train
man.
soon, light into yard is green. Oh, he's giving us information! Good!
Oh, that's fun.
Thank you, Dad!
Chad. Dad? More like Chad. Also,
Dad.
Norfolk Southern derailed a bunch of garbage into a river.
Yeah, that just happened.
Oops!
Well, that's a load of crap.
No, do not
My
laugh
dad
at that.
shows up on the
I heard that
camera and
chuckle.
suddenly I'm making
Do
dad
not
jokes.
laugh.
Well,
You don't... But that's the Glasgow Mantle responsibility for this week. Nothing else very exciting. I can't remember the last time we had like a proper like hazardous chemical leak, which I suppose is a good thing. Oh, KCS is still the current holder. That should surprise nobody. So, what has everyone been up to in the last couple of weeks? I know that Dean, you and I have stuff to talk about, but I'll give my voice a break for just a second.
Anyone?
Uh, let's see here.
Tyler, you were supposed to go on a I'm sending you on a mission soon,
Yes,
but
I have to go annoy president of place. But first, I went on my own little trip, I guess.
oh, where'd you go?
Um, downtown.
Wow.
So, to explain a bit, I live in Tempe. I go to ASU. That means
My
I
dad
have the
threatened to
streetcars.
moon the camera.
God damn it. No!
He says he was joking. Don't worry. He does this all the time whenever I ask him like to maybe bring us like sometimes I say I'll make a sign for him to bring to Revelstoke to show the camera. It says like more Canadian cameras or something along those lines. Yeah, he said, lol, just kidding, don't want to get fired.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, do it when you're not in your high-vis and company car.
Yeah.
High rail.
So,
That too.
anyhow, because of that, I lived next to streetcar, and finally I saw one of the last two built.
Oh,
I have not seen 185 yet. I've now seen and ridden 184, which got me to the Valley Metro light rail station, which I immediately took eastbound, which thankfully the fare was only $2, so that was fun. To nice little Pioneer Park in Mesa, which I have no idea what the group is that works on 2355 is doing currently, but she looks pretty good now. They used to have river rocks around it, which wasn't the worst thing, but you could barely see the rails. So that's been improved in recent years. It was kind of nice just to kind of
we had river
catch
rocks
the engine
around it?
and get some.
It looks
photos.
very disproportional.
Oh.
Engine tender.
Oh, like it was sinking?
Oh, it's 20 feet. It's the boy. The boy.
It wasn't stinking, but it's just like you can. With the river rocks, you could, like, they went up to the start of the tires.
Oh.
And now you can see the rails, you can't really see the ties.
They're down
but
there.
Improvement. Yes.
That headlight position is a little whack.
That's
you want to see
correct.
like
It's,
you
no,
want to
it's
see
not
like a
correct.
perfect example of that locomotive's class?
Hmm?
I would like to show you the sibling locomotive to this engine that actually does survive and has the
Unlike this
best
one.
spark arrestor in the world. Introducing 2353.
Ridgeway?
The sister.
It looks
I
like
don't know who that dude is, but 2353 is based.
it looks like
It's Jack Black.
yeah, clearly. Like
I'll
some
take
cartoon
pictures.
character's hair. It looks like Johnny Bravo's hair or something, just sticking straight
Yeah.
up.
No, he looks like that guy from the One Beam where his eyes are just sunken and hair's crazy. No?
The
By the way,
aliens
if I
guy?
remember correctly, this picture with the spark arrestor was from its excursion service. This was for when it was operating.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's around 2000.
Tyler, what
Yeah.
on earth are those streetlights?
So this is
Um,
basically just like a slightly bigger 1744.
What streetlights?
Sort of.
In Tyler's picture.
You're talking about the lights
Oh,
next
Yeah.
to that. That's
Those
part
look
of...
Those look like NASCAR jerry cans.
That truck.
Essentially, what Valley Metro does
Oh
is
yeah.
they've been having all of the stations with public artworks. Like, if you see to the just behind that catenary pole, the one with the single arm, there are two large hands that
oh,
are just sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
But
saw
that's
that.
yeah.
man! Imagine
that's
being like
part of it.
drunk at 2 a.m. You walk out of the bar and you stumble into giant hands. That sounds terrifying.
It's great.
I already
These
have enough
stations
trouble
are-
around like any kind of vine that has the little twisty tendrils. I don't want to get near it because I'm afraid it's gonna grab me.
Let me see what other photos of stuff I have for artwork.
Wait, Dorsey Lane.
What?
Oh my God! Look, Ben, Dorsey's STD.
Oh my god.
Wait, which picture is Dorsey Lane?
It's
In-
the
Oh, it's the
station there,
station.
Apache and Dorsey.
Rip in peace,
There you go,
Ben
this is-
Dorsey.
If you look at this one here, you've got some of the artwork as well.
That green trolley
That
is
is
so
kinda-
cute. It's so short for an articulated trolley.
I like how like the cover on the front of like the bottom bit looks like it just has like a chin, just like a big
It is
chin.
really a chin.
Thanos
Because
tram.
it does extend out more.
Thanos trap.
which
Well,
is
I mean, where's the purple one? Here's the purple one. Thanos
Yeah,
trap.
I don't like the purple scheme. Let me
Where?
see. I've got a photo of one of them in the original scheme, which is what the system's been wearing since like 2005 when they started.
Oh boy, that is a very 2005 paint job.
Yeah, but it's nice.
I like that blue
You can
color,
tell
that's
that the
nice.
sticker on the side is very weathered, though.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it's just got like sort of tape going between the two.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that velvet rope or whatever, not velvet, like that cloth rope that's like elastic.
Yeah. Or
I'm
like,
pretty sure it's like the same thing you use when.
Like a line queue at a store.
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's like the same exact thing, I think, because like the
It might be
retractable bit
magnetic.
is the same.
Me pulling up my trams to build a queue.
But yeah, so I tried to get back from my calculus class. I failed at that, but
Oh,
Chooch.
that's unfortunate.
well, it's
No.
sequences and series, and I just did all the homework without needing to even look at the textbook. So
See, when I didn't have the
Fun one
textbook
for you.
for one of my classes, all the homework was in that textbook, so I did not do the homework. For like a good third of the class, I learned nothing until the first exam. I acquired the book like the day of the exam, and so I was learning the material while trying to complete the exam because it was an open book test.
Oh well, you got lucky, didn't you?
that's
Pro tip:
strategy.
don't do it that way.
What do
You
you
Yeah.
think
think?
you think
Pro-strat.
your liveries look like something from 2005?
Well, I mean that was
Edmonton
in fact
Transit
something.
be like,
This is 1995. That's a difference.
Yeah, that's 95.
no. You want to see
It's like square steel beam
1995?
headlights.
The only thing that would make it better is if the white was like the off-white of old Windows
Beige.
monitors. Yeah.
The funniest part is in 1995 we looked like the 80s.
Oh, so
what
you're
the
just
hell?
10 years
We have
behind. It's
what? What?
Sounds like
I
Boston
just
stuck in
found
the
something that
70s.
I've never seen before.
fine. Boston has not left the 80s.
Holy, what? We
Boston
had
was the 60s.
what?
Oh my god, it's snowing.
Speaking
It's
of,
snowing. It's snowing on the
What?
camera.
What?
It is. I don't
What?
see that.
I just
It
saw some
is.
flakes.
Look at that boy.
there are flakes. What's going? Your dad's still there. Ask him.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, real quick.
Speaking of trolleys,
Yeah.
actually, you know what was really fantastic? Having a hotel in New Orleans on the streetcar line.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, that was amazing.
the streetcars ran all day and all night, and it was awesome.
Oh, look at that truck. But yeah,
So, yeah, we
I have
had
some
a...
pictures.
Go ahead, Dean.
I'll find them.
Oh, you're gonna
I have to find the
pictures? All right.
pictures. Yeah.
We found this hotel right on the streetcar line, right on like the St. James line, which takes you right into downtown. It goes right by the World War II museum. If you want like the beginning 3/4 of the story of what we did on the trip, I recommend watching the live episode we did, which was about a month ago now, and yeah, from there we went to New Orleans. I think we drove there later that evening, right? Wasn't a terrible drive. We stopped and got Sonic, which I remember protesting like, I am 1,000 miles from home or more. We are in
Gotta get Sonic.
Yeah, we're in Louisiana.
Yeah,
Why
like
are we getting
Alexandria.
fast food? But everyone was just like, no, we don't want to go to a sit-down place. Let's just
Gotta
keep
go
driving.
fast.
Um,
Oh wait, wrong Sonic.
no, it's the right Sonic. It's fine.
I forget that it's a fast food chain down there. Well, actually, I didn't forget because their ads were all over the NASCAR broadcast. Speaking of which, Joey Logano is 2022 champion.
Nice.
Oof.
Anyway, like I want Sonic. The butter bacon, whatever they have,
It's
like
just
sounds
fast
so good.
food. It's just
No,
fast
just
food.
get a shake.
I think I got a shake and then I regretted it because like my gut was like, no, you are not allowed to have this much dairy. You're going to have a bad
It
Yeah.
time
is
now.
snowing
Wow.
in Revelstoke, Dad says, but just like dust type snow,
Yeah,
not
but
really
still,
flakes.
it's like 75 degrees in November here, and that's insane and concerning and not snow, and I'm upset.
Yeah,
concerning not snow.
here in St. Albert, actually, there's like 7 inches of snow on the ground.
You son of a
I was
And I
gun.
gonna
just
ask-
realized I forgot to shovel today. Crap.
I was gonna ask, is there snow on the mountain at Revelstoke? It looks like there's some white on the slopes back there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That it's the mountains. Why would there not be snow?
I'm just asking.
Global
We have
warming.
ski resorts here, and there's no snow on them already.
Montanas.
This is Canada.
But yeah,
yeah.
we rode the trolley line to the World War II Museum the first day. We spent like the whole day there, which was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was great.
We went down into. It was a very, very cool museum. I still have my little dog tag they give you right here
Yeah,
next to the computer.
Yeah,
Um,
I've got mine too.
Yeah.
We had that gumbo too,
What was that the
which was
same?
very soupy.
Was that the day we got the fried gator?
That
Yeah, because we went down.
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, because we went from the World War II Museum down into the French Quarter. Just like ludicrously cool place area. Sort of walked up and down Bourbon Street a little bit, and eventually came back to this restaurant and settled down because they had fried alligator as an appetizer. And everyone at the party was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check it off the list. Say we've had fried alligator. It was not bad.
Yeah, it tastes like the taste was, I think, different, but it had the same consistency as chicken.
Yeah. And then we had some, southern food. You had the gumbo, which I think you weren't particularly impressed by, right? But
Yeah, the gumbo was like really soupy, but the jambalaya,
mhm.
oh my god, yes.
I remember getting something, and then I think there was like shrimp in the jambalaya,
Yes.
because you and Weibold got the jambalaya, and Weibold didn't like shrimp, so I ate all of my food, and then I took his otherwise empty plate and ate all the shrimp, which was still fantastic, and kind of made me upset that I didn't get the jambalaya. And the next day, we just sort of went and schmutzed around downtown. Gloria and I were supposed to go to Marie Laveau's grave, who's like the mother of voodoo or something like that, queen of voodoo.
Something like that.
But
I'm
because
just posting pictures right now.
because none of her cool. Because none of her they don't know any surviving relatives of Marie Laveau, so no one's around to complain. So they are just there's just a dude charging entrance to a graveyard, like charging admission at the entrance. And it's like, I don't know if this is legal, but apparently no one is contesting it. So yeah, we were kind of annoyed at that, so Gloria did as Gloria does and decided, well, I'm going to go to a tattoo shop that we saw on the way in and get a tattoo. Ended up getting a tattoo of one of the gas lamps that's downtown in New Orleans, because there's actually quite a few areas of New Orleans that are lit by bona fide gas lamps.
Yeah,
Um,
like a lot of houses still have like gas lighting for their front porches.
I thought that was crazy. That kind of blew my mind, because I'm just used to seeing like the fake ones with light bulbs in them.
Yeah, we have some of them up here, but it's like really rare.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe 2 houses in Victorian Village has them.
Victorian Village.
Yeah, I know.
But then after that was wrapped up, or well, actually before we went and did that, because we went and got the quote and like the consultation, and then we met you guys down at the waterfront to go
Yep.
on a river cruise, which was very cool. Something that Weibold was like, we need to find a boat that serves food, which was like a trip spanning goal. We eventually
Yeah.
found one.
Yeah. The boats in or Shreveport, they were just all casinos.
Yep.
So yeah, Sag.
Oof.
But we eventually got to the diesel boat that looks like a steamship
Yep.
or
Fake,
or
fake
a
steamship.
river steamboat. And like it was really nice, like really smooth. Like those guys knew what they were doing.
In fairness,
But like
it is diesel powered, but it still is
yeah,
driven by the massive stern wheel, which is incredibly cool.
yeah, and like and those paddle boats make like a different sort of like wake pattern
Yeah,
where it's like not really like forming into a V, but it's like a series of ridges.
it is very unique, and honestly, I could stare off the back of that thing at the wheel turning for hours, just mesmerized. It was totally
Yeah.
unique. And I'm, obviously from a state where I deal with boats a lot. So, yeah, it was very cool. The tour guide was pretty funny. And we went by the massive Domino Sugar Factory, which is like a 12-story building. I don't know how you need that much square footage and, moreover, height
Sugar.
to make sugar, but, you know,
Got some
You
cannon shots.
what about
Hey,
cannons?
Ellis, I have a quick question.
What's up?
You went down to New Orleans,
Yep,
and of course, all of us here are foamers.
yep.
Did you see LASTA?
Did I see what?
See what?
LASTA,
The
Louisiana
the
Steam
SP
Train
Mikado.
Association, 745.
Oh, no, people kept asking us if we were going to go see 745, and it's like, nah, we did all the foaming already. We're just here to do, like, hang out in New Orleans stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, then forget I asked. Then.
no, I
Sorry.
mean it's a reasonable question. I honestly I don't know where we, like, I don't know where this is.
Jefferson, Louisiana, just like northwest of New Orleans.
Gotcha. Because when we were
Ish.
down there, from the moment we arrived at the hotel to the moment that we left for Dean to drop us off at the train station, we did not touch the car, which was awesome. We got around New Orleans completely on transit and basically 100% on subway lines, on the streetcar lines.
New Orleans subway. That's impossible.
Yeah. Well,
It immediately flood out.
it becomes a subway every
Mud.
hurricane season.
Yeah. I'm just posting more pictures of the stuff from the sawmill
Yeah, we
when
did.
once that loads in.
The short version is we did go to this apparently extremely haunted sawmill, which was extremely
Logs.
cool.
Was there any trains there other than the obvious?
There
There were
were
trains.
Yeah, there were 4 steam locomotives that were mostly intact, and also this little
Ooh,
motor
what's
car,
that?
which was
What's what?
terrifying.
Was it operational?
That
Like,
thing was scary.
Yeah,
oh, that thing! I've seen that thing. What is it? That's like, it's like the smallest standard gauge 10-wheeler, I think, maybe.
it was a pretty small.
It's like the
10-wheeler.
Little River 110 of 10-wheelers, I think.
I don't know.
It was a cute
I'm
little
not too
thing, and it's
sure.
almost fully restored. They basically rebuilt it in place from the ground up,
106, 106. What is that engine again?
sort of like a Southern 113, I guess. And they said, yeah, it's like almost done, but where it is,
That's
we
Red
can't.
River and Gulf 106.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we can't get it out to run
Yeah.
our little loop of track, so some guy brought his Heisler in. There's like a tiny standard gauge Heisler that they're rebuilding in the shop.
Yeah,
Uh,
picture of that. I do.
They also
Sort of.
had a mogul with a cabbage stack that was painted bright yellow originally. Very cute,
Cool.
very cursed. And as Dean posted, a bunch of Shay bits that they cut up and threw in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds like
because
a
as
fun
yeah,
puzzle.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. What one of the volunteers said they were planning on doing was making like a woodwork frame and then just trying to like piece together the mache.
yeah. Like
Look at this
exploded
cute
Shay.
little dude.
Hmm?
It's adorable.
Yeah, they're some cute dudes. I hope they get
Now,
to
what's
run them
the
again.
260 that you were talking about?
I don't know if I can find it right now. It's like southern.
Hang on, I
Forest.
have
I might have a picture of it.
preserved steam locomotives in Louisiana.
It's-
Da.
it's
The,
a
the
cute-
one with the cabbage stack.
Yeah, the one with the cabbage stack. The one with the
Oh,
cabbage
I
stack
got a
that was
picture of it.
bright yellow once upon a time.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
got it.
god, they have a freaking
That's
they have a US Army engine.
That's not it, but the one that's coming up next will show up
That
eventually.
one was one of these engines that they just sort of pulled off into the woods when the thing shut
Sat.
down, when the mill shut down, and just left it there and hasn't moved in 60 years.
Yeah.
They
Um,
also
it's
they
just
have
sad.
another engine that's identical to 106, number 400.
mhm.
Dad says train is crossing the river. Will be here shortly. Keep an eye out for that on camera.
Neat.
On the
Oh shoot, the sawmill. We I don't know if you mentioned, but like the sawmill had a control stand out of like a trolley.
Yeah, it was like a trolley control stand that they built into the sawmill controller.
I like
Yeah.
this.
It was really
Ah yes, put up the dang wires at
It,
the
it was really
sawmill.
jank. And like
That,
that was sorry.
that cabbage stack thing is cool looking.
it is very
Yeah.
cute.
And the sawmill itself, that thing was terrifying.
Oh yeah, it's
Like-
just like you're standing in the middle of giant blades and things moving all around you. Like there was an operator's shack that was just in the middle of everything. Like you can't leave
Yeah.
until they shut
You
the
can't
mill down
leave.
at the end of the day.
You live there.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can't ever
Yeah.
leave.
If I can do I have a picture of it? I do.
Oh
And
gosh.
like it's just like a shack, a board to sit on, and like some handle that connects to something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
Guys,
Two
is,
handles.
is this is going to be a strange, questionable question, but is weed legal in Louisiana?
I
I
don't
don't think it is.
think
No.
so. No, I mean
Then why
considering
is there a preserved forty in Louisiana named Mary Jane?
No idea.
Whoa, what the?
Because yes.
can
Why did it look like it got
Why?
rear-ended?
it probably did.
Why?
Is that
Because
Mary Jane
it's
or
called
Mary
hiding
Jane?
in plain sight. Also, it doesn't have knuckles. That's something.
Yeah, it's just like it.
That's
Ben.
sus.
Oh yeah, there's this picture of this of the inside of one of these power plant boilers, and like the flue sheet is like visibly bulged out
Yeah, that was
because the pressure got so high it just bulged the flue sheet out.
That's
Uh-oh.
concerning.
It's-
on several.
Yeah,
It's not supposed to look like. Weibold's going in there and he's just sort of staring at it, and we're like, "What's up?" He's like, "You see how it's like pushed out
Bulged?
like that?" It's like, "Yeah, isn't it supposed to be like that?" No, it's not.
no,
Oh no!
Oh,
they were so
Oh,
close to
no.
blowing it up.
We'll get back to flue sheets later.
oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
we will talk about the incident.
There's also this one more this I think this was a skidder of some kind once it pulls up. What?
Yeah, this last picture is one of the boilers, which was pretty intense.
There it is. Yeah, that machine, from what I remember them saying, like that was used to like drag in logs and like every which way,
Yep.
like toward it, and like it would wreak havoc dragging the
Wait a
logs
second.
over.
Is that like the frame of a caboose that they built it around?
No, it was purpose built for this.
that's purpose built.
It looks like they have like the big old outcropping for like where cupola would be,
No, that's where
Nah.
the boiler is.
or cupola, or however you pronounce it.
This thing was self-powered and self-propelled, and its job was
Jesus
just
Christ.
its job was just to winch trees out of the woods.
Yeah.
Jesus
Um,
Christ. Ragtag frickin' operations
Oh, it was
galore.
crazy.
Yeah, man, that's southern logging for you.
Let's
Frankenstein's logmen.
let's bang through these things really quick because I need to cover what I did today and yesterday, and then Brian, that'll seg quickly into your thing, and
All right.
TJ, you can round us out, which is what I did yesterday. For starters, was packaged up and shipped about, where's my receipt? $175 worth of shipping of trading cards. So, they're all on their way if you purchase trading cards. So, see, now I've done them in the wrong order. You were supposed to be able to pick up from that. But today, I went to the Little Roadie model train show with all the rest of the trading cards and sold, I think, 7 packs. It was a decent showing today. I got some good sales. Was there representing the Providence Northern, but also representing the Iron Horsemen and the trading cards. So I sold a bunch, did a bunch of trading, traded away my Timken 1111 in exchange for an RNN, T1, and I think a McLeod 25. But I'm not too upset with that. I was trying to get a Milwaukee Road engine off these people.
A Milwaukee Road.
Yeah. Also, I have
A Milwaukee Road.
eclipsed my total purchases at all prior train shows with a singular purchase,
Oh no.
which is I bought
Uh-oh.
Gloria as an early Christmas gift. Gloria was very insistent on getting it, and I said, okay, I'll buy this for you, but this is your Christmas gift. A New Haven Baby Trainmaster in HO scale.
Saw that, yeah.
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 And
That's good.
yeah, and they're very happy to have something that they can run at the PN now, which I will pull up a picture of it real quick. But
Is it a DCC?
yes,
Or is
it's
it still DCC?
It's Atlas, it's DCC. I doubt that it's sound, but Graham was giving us advice on how to prep it for its first run. I don't think it's its first run though. It's not like the box was sealed, and it's an old Atlas, so.
It looks like it's the handrails.
And yeah, it was a pretty fun day. We were there from like 8-ish to 3, and then 3 was cleanup. The show was open from 10 to 3. We got a lot of people that came through, and yeah, like I said, it was a good day for the trading cards. I cannot wait to have a website where I can direct people. But yeah, Brian, your trading cards are on the way. Of course, Tyler and Dean, your trading cards are on the way as well.
Yeah, I did in fact order trading cards.
Foamer.
Uh,
Well, you found someone to trade with, isn't that right?
Yep. Turns out during the double header duels, I found out that a member of our Discord, Wyatt/AJ, they go to the same to the same college that I do. So we met up in real life, and now I have somebody to trade trading cards with.
That's so
So
exciting.
when they get here, and so if I somehow manage to not get a 1392, but get a Jubilee or more than one Jubilee, I don't know, like I'll trade with Wyatt and hopefully get 1392 regardless.
Yeah, good luck.
Anyway, other than that though, a little while back, since I haven't been on the podcast in a little while back, I actually went on quite an adventure. Let me just reference back to the image that will be pulled up on screen. Where the heck is that symbol? There it is. This one, Alice. I went to the Great Edmonton Mall train show for the first time in, I want to say, like 5-ish years. It's been a while. But I went there, and I got some new boys. I got 102, which is like one of my dream engines. It's an IHM Indiana Harbor Belt 080, aka River Rossi. It's 3-cylinder, it's fat, it's a freight engine, it's awesome. Also, if you can see in the background of that image, I got a Notengo De Niro RS11, aka Delaware and Hudson, which works because I don't even need to repaint it. It's already DNH. I have the DNH in my cannon, so yeah, it works.
Teenage good.
And I I also it was quite an adventure getting there in the first place because I took transit on my
Baby.
own by myself with nothing but like a free transit card that I get with my school.
Remember,
Awesome.
folks, for transit.
Yeah, I took the LRT, I took ETS, I took St. Albert Transit, and I took like Sturgeon County Transit or whatever the one for wherever I think Sherwood Park, I think it was that the train show was in. But I had to go through a maze thing. I had to like get an on-demand transit bus, which like basically just came for me, nobody else. So, and I had to download an app to do it. Like that was it. Just download an app for that one time. I'll probably won't ever use it unless I go back there again next year.
Which you should.
So, yes, I will. Probably will, but like if I'll probably be going back next year with somebody else, not on my own. So, yeah. But anyway, in other news, probably the last bit of news I have, I also moved since the last time I was on the podcast. I am now across town from where I was, slightly closer to tracks, so possibly more foaming opportunities.
Hmm.
But other than that, I'm still getting used to this place. I really like it. The only problem is one of our neighbors has some really loud dogs that always bark
Oh
for some
no.
reason. Yeah. Like, I'm surprised my mic wasn't picking them up earlier. They were all howling and stuff. It was just crazy.
Speaking of really loud dogs, TJ's had a very loud, not a dog.
The very loud, not a
Very
dog.
loud, not a dog.
What?
Perfect
His
transition.
cat.
Yes, clearly.
You should have said very loud pets.
Very
This
loud,
is
2
also
foot.
not his pet.
Yeah.
Wish it was his pet.
Okay, that was a segue.
Very loud, not a dog. Can confirm.
Segway with four wheels.
BNSR number 7, not a dog.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, I took a trip up to the Holy Land, up to Maine, to see not primarily to see 2 foot, but
You keep
mostly
telling
to
yourself
see
and
2 foot.
Cat that.
Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend and I went up for my birthday. We stayed in a yurt. We went pumpkin picking on the WWNF. Got to see number 7. And much to our surprise, it started raining while we were there. And so I sent a couple videos. The mountain extension in the rain is interesting.
I don't actually have a way to play these on the camera.
Holy crap, that stack talk is amazing.
Isn't
Yeah.
it though? Oh man, I wish I had a way to
Like,
put these on.
7 is like the rolling ingot of like
Main?
main 2 foot. It's like the biggest thing there. It has the stack talk of a mainline engine, but it's like tiny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 8 is like, what, 10,000 pounds heavier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, does not run despite being Blount's favorite.
Thought it
Like,
ran.
I am
Rated
so confused
back.
as to how 7 and 8 are different classes.
Yeah,
I mean, they are
yeah,
they're
they
the
look
same
so
class,
similar.
just one is heavier.
Yeah, I think
Why
8
is it heavier though? I don't
8
understand.
is like I think 8 is like the improved version of 7.
Yeah. They are extremely similar. I mean, if I had to guess, they just sort of fix the dimensions a little bit so that it wasn't so that it doesn't have so many problems. Because 7 just is problems.
Talk buzzing.
Training coming on the virtual railfan cam. Dad said an intermodal just crossed the river.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And it wheels up and
TJ, if you could put these on the community channel, I can link them. Maybe not right now, but that might be a good place to put them. I can do it for you if you'd like.
Link in the cargoes, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can I have to get the login. I'll do it after.
All right.
TJ's Great Date Ideas, Episode 1, 2
Yes.
foot.
Honestly, no. Kat was she said I was surprised that she had as much fun as she did, and she said she was too. So
Well, that's a
Um,
good sign.
Yeah,
The
she was like,
indoctrination is working.
we were like riding the train out to the pumpkin patch, and she was like, "Oh, this is actually kind of cool. Like, wait, this is like better than I expected." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, date ideas with TJ. It's weird. Episodes 1 through 12 all say 2 foot.
Every single one
Yeah.
has to be. Yeah. It's a recipe for success.
Um, well, I don't think I can stall any longer since we're over time on this segment, and also we, have to get to the rest of the thing. But this train has not showed up yet, unfortunately, so it will come by while we are doing.
Damn it.
Anyone?
Whatever.
There we go.
Whatever.
Okay, in one corner we have the Rutland L1 again. And in the other corner we have the Tennessee Central 551, which is a very small... These are both small mountains. Well, at least the Tennessee Central one is sort of small, and the Rutland one is just kind of sad and green.
I know, sad and what's wrong with green?
I'm stating a fact. What do you mean? I didn't say there's anything
They
wrong
were
with it. I just said
green.
it's green, which it is.
She said like it was a bad thing.
Oh, I don't know what
Wow.
you're talking about.
It like what sucks is that like the president of the railway had ordered all these to be scrapped, and then wanted one preserved afterwards, and then realized what he had done, and he's like, "Oh God!" He couldn't do anything at the time, though.
Yeah, we went over that tale the last time this thing was
Yeah,
in versus.
Buyer's remorse.
it's such a formative moment that it made it into the steam locomotive page.
Yes.
So sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rip in peace,
All right.
Rutland L1s. We could have had a.
train.
All right, I'll put it on.
There it is.
We could have
Ding
had
a ding a
a
ding ding ding.
New England locomotive larger than a Pacific saved.
Okay, but would you have used it?
Well, no, but it would have been around.
It would have just sat, really.
I mean, it might not have been the best locomotive from New England to save. The best one would have obviously been a B&M hoodie, but
Mr. Boy.
So what I'm hearing is you're gonna make a
That's
deal
bad.
with Devil and trade 3713 for an actually good engine.
well, first of all, how dare you? Second of all, no, we will trade something less important for a good engine, like Matt's soul.
He has his like he's like helmet light on, just inspecting the cars.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
he's doing
Yeah,
his job.
Chad
that's one of
moves.
the things that Dad does. He inspects trains as they go by, even though most of his job has to do with signals
That's actually
and
cool.
like
People
wiring.
are
and electric
questioning your father's actions on the chat.
I should
looking for
go into the
something or
chat and be
someone.
like, we told
I'll
him to do
clarify
this.
real quick.
We told him to
Um,
do
He told
this.
him to do this. Look at this filmer.
Only channel subscribers of 10 minutes or longer. Oh, I'm not a subscriber of Virtual Rail fan anymore. Damn.
Wait, Dean, is that you?
Yes,
Yeah,
Dean
it's
is
Dean.
Dean. Okay, let's get on with the locomotive verses. I know TJ went to get drink, but he's not in this one, so I'll pop in when he has a chance. So, let me pull up the locomotives again.
Alright, who are we giving the ball to
Oh
first?
man, I don't know. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I did this. I'm gonna give. I want to give it to the Rutland.
Works.
I want to see if the Rutland can beat this thing. So Brian,
Fine.
whenever you're ready.
Then let's start off with the memes. Loco base ID
Oh
Okay.
god damn it. 7347.
222.
Oh my god.
Shot.
7347. Damn, sucks, Dean. I thought this
Yeah,
was like
you
the
think-
first mountain or something.
I don't know.
No, it's like I'm not gonna say.
Oh,
Silence.
okay, all right.
Just silent. Anyway, year built
1926.
1946.
Oh lord.
It's new. Not good, but it's new.
Driver diameter
Fiber diameter. 63 inches.
73.
Oh lord.
Tennessee Central, why didn't you build like a better engine?
I wish I
Reasons.
knew.
More importantly,
Bridges.
why did you build a mountain that is 6 inches tall?
Ryan, here we go.
Take a risk here. Flue tube length.
Length. 20 feet.
Ah, thank God. 21.
Yeah.
That isn't
Way
that
to be
much
those
of a
guys.
risk. But also, why are you taking risks?
Because I want this to be fun.
Okay. No, dunk on him. Do it.
Hang on.
Wow.
I'm getting a phone call from my dad. I need to text him that I'm in the middle of something.
The middle of the most
Train
important
stopped.
part
Train
of the...
stopped on the stream.
Uh-oh.
He's,
Did he find a
he's trapped.
defect?
He's trapped.
I'm in the middle of something. Text me it. I told him.
Maybe he's at like a signal or something. I don't know what's going on there.
That's unfortunate signal placement.
Anyway, real quick firebox area.
Firebox area. 234 square feet.
337.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Great area.
Great. 59.95.
67. Evaporative heating surface.
27.95.
3919. Sorry, just texting my dad again. I wasn't looking at the camera, and he said, "Did I blind the camera with my headlamp when I waved?"
I don't think so.
That would be really funny.
I think the
Whoops. Anyway, superheating surface.
Superheating surface.
Do you even have one?
Yes, 752.
1152.
Okay.
Why aren't you just
Combined
killing me?
heating surface.
3547.
5071.
Oh my god. I mean, good.
okay, Bill.
Oh, god damn.
Your Bill
Boiler
Belichick
pressure.
Boiler pressure? What?
Yes.
Boiler pressure. Oh no, this is bad. 217.6.
230.
Hold on, Dean, why?
I wish I knew, but supposedly this converts to like 15 bar. I don't know why it's so specific.
Why is
Why
your...
use
Why did the
bar is
Tennessee
for
Central use
turbochargers, not boilers.
metric?
Yeah, but no, like bar is just a metric unit of measure. It's
It notes
like
local base is intrigued by the unusual boiler pressure reading in
Yeah,
these
no
faults.
kidding. Why did you build... This is why. Dean,
I love how
Tennessee
Steve writes
Central...
it.
Tennessee Central mountain types were communists. I have no other explanation.
Well, Steve's
next?
like, local base is intrigued.
What's the smallest mountain in Russia?
Oh no.
The AA-20.
The smallest mountain in Russia is probably, like, something
Mount
Lenin's
Lenin.
grave. I don't know.
No, it's
Yeah,
obviously
because these
the
things are
AA-20.
dirt piles, right? Because they're the smallest mountains.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I gonna do next? Um, uh, uh, Now here's another risk,
Oh,
because
boy.
I don't actually know. High pressure cylinders.
Cylinders 24 by 28.
Oh, thank God. 26 by 30.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
And I was going to say the Tennessee Centrals look pretty big.
Tractive effort.
47,350.
54,312.
Can you stop killing me?
No, do it.
Oh.
Dunk on him like the Patriots dunked on the Colts today. Oh, sorry. Spoilers. This was supposed to be on the 5th, but it's actually the 6th. Are you okay?
You spoiled the game.
Ellis,
Go on.
I have a problem with that, but I'll keep going for now. Ba ba da ba.
Oh
Ba
no.
ba da ba. Robert Williams CS power computation.
13,045.
That's
15,410.
alarmingly close. Don't do that again.
Same as
Do
above
it
plus superheater percentage.
15,785.
18,954.
Okay, take it back.
Same as above substitute firebox area for great area.
61,611.
Holy
95,337.
crap.
Power L1.
16,728.
24,238.
What did I do to deserve this?
Tennessee.
Well, you want to know something, Dean?
What?
That was the last stat that I knew I would absolutely win at.
Oh, is
Unless,
it?
wait, oh, never mind. Yeah, that was. Uh, uh, now I gotta take actual risks. Like Power MT.
H17.26.
Thank God. 921.3.
Those are both not great.
What else do I have here that won't immediately make me die? Um,
You're gonna
You know,
win anyway.
I started this stream with like the slight like of the Rutland engines, and now I just hate them.
What? Suffering from success? Okay.
um, uh, 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 I'm gonna die, tubes.
Tubes, 167 and 2 inches.
Yep, I'm dead. 181 at 2.25.
Dean gets a point! Dean, you got a
Yes.
point! Dean!
Yay, I'm gonna shit myself anyway. Flues,
45 at 5.5.
30 at 5 and .375.
Dean
See, you
has
didn't shoot yourself.
Dean has 2 points.
This is pain.
The South's forest will rise again.
Okay,
Like,
let's
I
try
feel
it.
so bad, and now I'm just gonna get dunked on.
Okay, let's try it. Minimum weight of rail.
97.
75!
There we go.
Oh, you're
Tender
at
fuel
20 points.
capacity.
Dean, do you want to go to style points?
No!
You're only down 14.
No!
I'm sure you can make that up against the engine that's 20 years
No.
newer.
Dean,
No!
keep calling weight. Weight and size.
Tender fuel capacity.
14.
Bruh! Tied!
Oh my god. That's not weight.
What?
Their water
Tender fuel capacity. Water capacity, 9,000 gallons.
11,000 gallons.
Oh my god.
This is just for curiosity. Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
0.45.
0.46.
Screw you.
I'm so sorry.
Better be.
You better be.
Um. The. Now that's an actual legitimate risk.
Well,
This
you
is
have, there
just
are more than
mostly
20
for
points on the
memes.
board.
There's
Right.
nothing else like no, but I want to keep going with stats because I think it's funny.
Okay, I don't know
And
what
also, I
else you're
want to
gonna
make this
win.
more fair. I'm gonna see how this works.
Oh no.
Builder.
Oh, God.
Builder. Alco Brooks.
These were Brooks?
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. This is what I was hoping would happen, so I can actually find this out. Alco Schenectady.
Okay.
Which is better, Brooks or Schenectady?
Okay.
I think
Okay.
Schenectady
But
wins.
at this point, they're both Alco.
Yeah, okay. If I wanted to, I would go through and organize all of the Alco builders by how good, like their priority in the list. However, I'm not doing that right now. Dean's turn.
That's a story for
Okay.
another day.
MLW is best out.
Okay. Okay.
However, if I were to, Schenectady is the best one.
Yeah, I knew that. Uh, uh, wait on drivers.
Uh-oh. Wait on drivers. 232,000.
180,500.
Okay, dirt pile.
Engine weight.
348,000.
273,000. Uh, tender loaded weight.
207,700.
158,800.
I'm just waiting for a meme number to show up.
Total engine and tender weight.
555,700.
431,800.
All right,
God.
Dean, you're almost there. You're catching up. You're only 12 points behind.
I'm not gonna play that card. We didn't
So
do real.
wheelbase.
Did we do the base? Did
We
we?
didn't do wheelbase yet.
No,
Or is it?
none of
Driver
the
wheelbase.
lengths have been done.
Say driver wheelbase, yeah?
Yes.
19.25.
16.75.
Okay,
Engine
Fat
wheel.
Mikado.
Engine
40
wheelbase.
41.5.
37. Over. Did we do
We
that?
did ratio. We didn't do
Uh,
overall yet.
Overall engine wheelbase.
78.17.
69.94.
There you go,
Might as well
Brian.
be
There's your
70.
meme number.
It might as well be 70.
The
Uh,
other thing we haven't done yet, I don't think we've done
We-
factor of cohesion.
yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Those.
Oh boy.
I was just about to call that one. Factor of adhesion.
4.27.
3.81.
Oh, Dean
I
actually. Dean
think
wins that.
he wins.
Dean wins that.
Yeah,
Dean
yeah.
wins.
It's just enough closer to 4.
I think all that's left is like number and class, number build.
And
I
you
will
guys
not
didn't do
that.
evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume. I don't
Oh,
Yeah, we
oh right, yeah.
I'm scared of that one. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that one. I'm just no.
I
No.
don't think you should be scared of it.
There's also
Like,
valve gear,
okay.
but you both have the same valve gear.
Yeah, so it's not gonna. That's just gonna be a wash.
Oh yes, we already. Nah.
Railroad.
Stress 100, stress 1000.
I mean, either you call evaporative heating surface
Number
divided
and
by cylinder
class.
volume, or number in class, or number built, or we just go to
Points.
okay.
Okay. Wait, judge's choice.
Yeah, there are 3 stats left and 3 things for judge's choice. So, what are your numbering classes, guys?
Dean. Oh. Okay, I guess I have to say mine first. 4.
What
Number and class.
is it?
It's
We
4.
tied.
It's 4 for both
What?
of you.
Oh
Yes.
no!
Oh my god. All right, I'm back to these two. Both of these engines are terrible at opposite ends of the terrible spectrum. Okay, so those are out the window. Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
190.65.
Nothing to worry about. Yes. 212.53.
I knew I didn't want to
Still
play that.
not outstanding, but you won. All right, it's 22-11. What do you guys have for style points?
Let me pull up a photo first. Oh right,
Gotta get
I
my-
have one in chat.
Gotta get my
somewhere.
picture.
I mean, I don't think Dean is
Head
going to win.
throttle.
You do have a head-end throttle.
I have a high mounted
Box
headlight.
drivers.
Wait, what, Dean?
I have a high mounted headlight.
That's not a style point.
I thought it was better. for like
I
visibility or something.
we've discussed it before, but I I've never ruled like firmly in like it's been brought up before, and I think I've granted it like once in the past, but I feel like it's a bit of a stretch to say that one headlight is better than another.
Is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Does Brian have? Oh, I've got polling pockets. Does
Does
Brian have
Brian
that?
not?
I need to get a different picture. I will see.
I don't think there's going to be a massive
I
comeback
do in
here.
fact have polling pockets.
Okay.
That's a wash.
Rutland was, as we know, slightly dumb.
I mean, every railroad had polling pockets at this point, because just
One was
chaos.
very-
1946
because-
though.
Yeah, we're still doing that. There are plenty of
Wasn't it
diesels with
Rutland that
polling
dropped
pockets. Like an alarming number
the-
of diesels with polling pockets.
Um,
Uh,
did class nicknames, was that a
Did you guys have a nickname?
yeah,
I
the
didn't.
Green Hornets because they were
Oh,
green.
that's right. Yeah, you did. I forgot about that.
We were named after a freaking superhero. That's cool.
Sure.
Do we give points to Dean for the, I assume, silver or white Bongo Bongos?
Did you wait?
Those-
What?
those look like silver or shiny
No,
Obonga
I'm
Bongos.
not giving Dean a point for the bongo
Did I get the
bongos.
Box point?
Rude.
Yes, you get the box point. Well, the reason I'm not giving you that is because if you're gonna bring up paint, you lose.
Yeah, sure. I know.
They dunked the entire locomotive in bright green paint for some reason.
They stole all the green paint from the
They
Penzi.
st- yeah, they took all the green out of the Brunswick green.
Also, I want to point this
We're
out.
going
the
to
Tennessee
find
Central
information.
has 12
but I'm-
boxes on the tender.
Oh, so it does.
Yeah, which the Rutland does not, it seems.
I might not actually have a backing light either, so you might have that.
I don't think
Does
I
Dean
do
have a
either.
backing light?
I'm not in this picture. Hold on. Let me
I need to
Tennessee
find-
Central file.
Maybe I'm looking at a photo of another one, which might have it.
You know what Dean does have, and I'm only like handing out points here because Dean's suffering a lot.
Sake.
Dean has one of my favorite new style points to write down on cards, which is smokebox hinges.
Yeah, small box hinges.
I love those.
Those
I
are
love
really
the
nice.
idea of just you take the whole smokebox front and open it.
Yeah.
I remembered something. The Rutland was based because they had Canadian national style number plates.
Wait, where? When? Oh. No? Yes. Okay, yeah.
It says Rutland. It's based.
They drank a little too much maple syrup.
Also, I can't tell whether or not these things had rollers. It wouldn't be rollers all round, but it would definitely be rollers.
I mean, it's 1946. There's no reason they
Looks
wouldn't.
like it's got rollers on like the driving rods.
Like,
doesn't
yeah,
have
the driving
rollers
rods definitely
on
look like roller
the-
rods, but nothing
it
else
doesn't have-
does.
Rollers on the tender or the trailing truck.
Right.
Again, those are plain axle bearing.
It doesn't say on the Steam Loco base if these things had rollers at all, but it definitely looks like they had them on the rods.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
be
those
real
are
with you
lightweight
guys.
rods.
I'm gonna call it here because it's over. He's dead.
Air.
It's 25-13.
Yeah,
So
I feel bad.
I kind of feel bad too. I was hoping this would be a more fair fight after the L1 had a bad time last time, but
But no,
instead
you shot me.
hurt people hurt people. So the
Wait, hang
Tennessee
on.
Central has been killed.
Wait, hang on. Does the Rutland engine have a mechanical lubricator or is it hydrostatic?
I would hope
Because
that's
I
a
see-
mechanical lubricator.
Well, the Tennessee Central has a hydrostatic or
No, it has
mechanical,
Yeah, it has a mechanical.
which is so much better.
What,
That way,
what,
yeah,
what,
that
what,
looks
what am
like
I
a
looking
mechanical.
for?
I already closed the pictures. It's just like a little box with a doodad on it. I don't know.
Doodad?
Yeah,
Dude,
a doodad.
Where were
I mean-
you when Tennessee Central
I mean,
was
did
killed?
did the New York Central Mohawks have?
Maybe. Probably. Okay. Who are we voting for? Because I'm voting for the Rutland.
Tennessee
Sure.
Central.
TJ.
Rutland.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
No.
How could you do this
The
to me?
the pity point
We
for
need
the.
to. If I ever get like a huge sum of money, I am commissioning K&L trains to make this thing.
I don't think it would be a huge sum of money, but
Dean, get me diagrams of this mountain. I will make it.
I don't have any diagrams on hand. I
Brandon and I are
don't
going
know
to
where
make the
find
Rutland
them.
Mountains in Gmod.
Actually, you know what? Wait, hang on. I might know where to find diagrams. Gotta find them first. Blueprint drive. North American. Where is it? North American. Tennessee
Or we
Central. Where
could
are you?
potentially just contact Steve and be like, "Hey, give us."
Steve Puss.
Stephen
I know what
West.
you're talking about, Dean. I'm gonna look in there and see if they have the Rutland.
Okay. I would just like everyone to know that we're all doomed. Because unions are continuing to reject the agreements. The
As
Brotherhood
they
of
should.
Yeah, I mean, as they should. I mean, it's the right thing for them to do. But the Brotherhood of Railroad Signalmen, among other unions, have voted down the tentative agreement because it sucks. So, start stockpiling now. Get your toilet
Get the
paper.
toilet paper.
Get your canned goods. Yep. And just like get like a comfy foldable chair that you could take with you to the bread lines. So
You're actually like it's 29 already.
yeah, we've got. Oh man, no, these railroads are not going to put up with the agreement for another 7 years. They're not going to be strung out. I don't know if they're going to make it another 7 weeks.
Well, they definitely won't.
Yeah. Well, and they shouldn't. But man, that's going to be a catastrophe.
The
That's your
blueprint of my boy. It's the SNCF 141Rs.
that is
That's
your
cool.
class 1 meltdown update because oh boy, yeah, it's coming.
What the
It's melting
Yeah.
down.
what
Actually,
the
oh, here's the other one. Maintenance away employees also rejected it. So,
So even if the train crews don't reject it, then they come back and something breaks, and oh no,
where's the track crew? Oh, they're not here. They're on strike. Oh, okay. I guess we can't work, huh?
we crossed the train to Los Angeles. Oh no, everything shut down.
The IBEW has been having some issues with ballots also. They claimed last Wednesday that the contract based on the recommendations passed by 150 votes. That's it. And their internal statistics showed a number of, quote, questionable and undeliverable ballots exceeding the margin of victory. So, might call for a revote, and the IBEW is saying, but we don't really have to do that, right? And people are pissed.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, they think a bunch of foamers are submitting votes or something?
No,
No,
they
they think that essentially they think that the
Ballot
union
stuffing.
leaders were either ballot stuffing or rejecting ballots that they knew would push them over the edge to be rejecting the current deal.
yeah.
Whether or not that's due to political pressure or anything else, that's not. I haven't heard any of the discussions, but
Yeah.
still, when people don't get their voices heard and they kind of already know what the general consensus is, and then something else comes out and says no.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, like, vocal minorities exist, but I have not heard a single railroader saying a good thing about the agreement.
Yeah.
Well, the most good thing that I've heard has been like, yeah, this is a step in the right direction, but it's not good. So, we can return our right to strike by telling our union no, there's a lot invested for the unions to force through this contract. Quote, my fellow coworkers talk about it, they all believe that it's fraud.
Yeah, there we go.
And I I was reading something about a lot of people that weren't receiving ballots, or they hadn't received ballots. So shows that roughly 40% of workers did not receive a ballot, or that they received a ballot too late to cast a vote.
40%.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, that's
Yeah.
alarming. Like,
That's like definitely enough.
yeah, no kidding.
Even if it's 20% and 20%.
Oh, I mean, the margin of victory was 150 votes. What is like, how many people are in IBW?
A lot.
A lot. Well, yeah, it's
Concerned.
got to be like. Okay, so
But
there's
then, like, that's the 40% that didn't get them to start with, and then you're not including the other stuff that they're talking about where it's
right
they're like undeliverable or whatnot.
questionable, or yeah, they didn't show up in time, or like they didn't get returned in time because the union didn't use like overnight postage to
Oh
save
yeah,
money.
this was that one. Oh god.
Yeah,
What were you doing for the union dues? Tide Scotch.
Milwaukee, bro.
stripper cars.
God, no.
Um, yeah, so 11,845 members submitted ballots, which would. Oh, that's BM. Oh, sorry, that's the maintenance away employees. My bad. Where's the other one? Also, that's a lot of freaking people.
No kidding.
I wish. Yeah,
I
that's
were an
there's
Oscar
the
Mayer
where did
winner.
all the union dues go? Drake, where are the union dues? Yeah, I don't know how many people are in IBEW, but I assume, if I remember right, it's like 36,000 people. I don't know if that number's way off or not, but if 40% of them didn't get a vote, that's like 15,000 people or more that just didn't get to choose. So yeah, the impending Doom news is that Doom is impending, and yeah.
God.
Does anyone
Things
have
are
better
trying to
news?
Stop.
No.
God damn it!
Well,
Did,
No.
do you want good news or?
Well,
Do
I
you
mean,
want to explode?
Dean, what?
The Chattanooga Choo Choo's had a tragedy happen.
Oh
They crashed
God.
the train by
There's-
not moving it.
What?
They crashed
This
the
is
train
so
without moving
sad.
it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
crashed into the excavator, except in this case, the train was stationary and the excavator was moving.
Moving, yeah. The Chattanooga Choo Choo, they for those who don't know, they have a bunch of coaches
Had.
that they converted to hotel rooms, which was freaking cool. But years of neglected maintenance and just general rot has made them unsafe to reside in, and the hotel had to just cut up two at least, just like on site because they were in such bad shape. So what they're doing is they're sending the remaining coaches to the TVRM, who, to my knowledge, will restore them and put them back into rail service.
The
I
base TVRM.
I assume for the museum.
Gene,
So what the hotel is going to do is they're going to open the grounds up, make it wider. So what's
Dean,
up?
your contract mandates that when you say restore them, the next words need to be and run them
Run
on
them
the
on the
main line
main
with
line,
mango
yeah.
gobble.
Gobbles. Yeah. Fire me.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
But yeah, this 49 years worth of improper maintenance, quote, demolition by neglect, end quote, is the most proper phrase to describe the
Yeah.
situation, quoting Justice Strickland from who reported on the Chattanooga.
I saw the pictures of the cars. Who was staying at that hotel? Like the car was like collapsed.
Well, that was
Uh,
after the demolition.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah. They wouldn't
Flat
knowingly
people.
put people. They wouldn't knowingly put people in like destroyed cars.
Well,
So
I know,
what
but
I'm
like
hearing is
even staying next to that though is like, bruh.
so
I mean,
they're just staying in the car, and the excavator goes breaks for the roof. A bonjour.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, this is the
yeah.
inverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean that's unfortunate. What were the do you know which cars it were that were cut up?
It looks
Uh,
like the two lightweights.
I don't know their names, but yeah, they were or two of the lightweights. I
Hmm.
don't know their names, but if I did, I would tell you.
Well, one of them seems to be volunteer based on the photos. The volunteer car.
It is
Yeah,
a shame.
probably. Yeah,
But you know
yeah,
what?
yeah,
This
volunteer.
is knock knock all museums, please maintain your stuff, or at least like I understand that maintenance is hard, but if you cannot maintain the thing, just like cocoon it, you know?
Put a tarp over it at
Yeah.
least.
Put a shack over it.
Make it into the shack.
Make it oh yeah. Isn't that
Yeah,
like
turn it into a
I'm not
diner
throwing
and
the
use.
outspeed in the highball.
However, in better news, the Tennessee Central Railway Museum has purchased a CSX caboose, which used to work for the L&N, number 6604. It was delivered October 26th with the help of BNP Enterprises, Maxim Crane, and Diesel Elliott. So this was a donation by CSX, and hopefully it goes to a good home. I don't know much about that museum itself. I think that don't they own 576
They're
or
I
someone
don't
else?
think they're the group that owns 576. I think it's the place 576 is being restored at. They're the ones with the F units that run like the dinner trains.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
And I think
yeah,
that's also where uh Brian or it's one of the others. Somebody I
yeah,
know is this stuff there.
yeah. Like it's not in too great a shape right now, but if 576 is anything to go by, then it's gonna be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
Uh,
I hope that these things turn out alright, you know? It's a shame that we've lost stuff. I mean, I feel like we lose little bits of history constantly, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's a shame to see. But I hope that these two cars are like the sacrifice that was necessary to get the other cars the help they need and to get them back where they belong on rails and moving instead of part of a hotel.
Yeah.
Get preservation movements to wake the F up.
Yeah. It also I remember reading somewhere that they took components off of the um,
The cut up ones?
dismantled cars
Hmm.
for spares.
I would hope so. Whatever
Speaking
was
of
viable.
cars, the Durango and Silverton has done a move to get more cars in that
Oh god.
one of maybe several that will happen in the future. I don't know. It seems that they're kind of needing stuff. They have decided to get former Rio Grande Southern coach 256, which let me get a photo of her.
Well, they have a photo
Actually,
in the thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
from the 1890s when it's on the ground
Yeah, I was
in the most RGS fashion.
Well, yeah. Well, that's just the Grand Southern. That's just how they were.
It's just
Yeah, it's
RGS,
the
yeah.
They
natural
were.
state.
Listen. The to my knowledge, the Rio Grande Southern was just a comedy of errors. No ifs, ands, or buts.
And it got worse when it
Okay,
snowed.
but the narrow
Yeah.
gauge itself was a comedy of errors.
Well,
Interesting.
yeah, the first error
Like-
was not making it 2 foot.
Let me.
But yeah, I have an important question. So this is supposed to be
Yes.
like the first of several acquisitions potentially.
Yeah.
Where are these cars coming from? A time machine?
Yes.
Well, okay. So to
They've got
explain
towed in
for
on the back of
for
the DeLorean.
256 and a lot of these other ones, which I have a feeling they might pick up, um, copy image. So this is 256 as she was a little while ago.
Oh, that looks much better. Still on the ground,
There,
though.
On
these
the ground,
It's
cars
not
yeah.
on the ground. It's
ended
on
up
wood.
they get
Which
put into
is on the
outfit
ground.
service, they get sold to be private residences, a bunch of other stuff. This is how most of the narrow gauge equipment survived, besides the Grand, because the Grand everything exists in Alamosa or Durango, and then shuts down, and people are there to immediately buy it.
Yeah, this is going to sound really freaking foamy, but that car looks an awful lot like the coach they used in Hell on Wheels.
I mean, they're all
Just
Well,
Jackson and
just
Sharp,
that
right?
shade of red.
they're Jackson the Sharp, Bill Meyer, and
It would have
Smalls
been wider.
sort of builders. Once you get to a certain era, the car shapes really start to fit together.
Yeah.
Like a little bit before 256 was built, you have the duckbills, you have the I'm trying to think what the flat tops, and you have these,
Hmm.
and everyone totally switched over to this. There's still two duckbill cars on the Silverton line, but again the 256, there are yeah, here's the quote from Randy that gives me an idea that they're doing some things. So yeah, here we go. More than any other of our equipment, our fleet of passenger cars is used on a year-round basis and sees a lot of service. Sometimes it's been our goal to gradually increase our fleet so as to spread out individual car usage, increase maintenance windows, and create more flexibility to increase and grow our business. 256 was acquired towards these goals. Again, like its fifth sisters, 257 to 291, which is surprising how much the RGS survives in that regard. But yeah, he goes on to say how remarkable it is in 2022 how few unrestored passenger cars remain, and jokingly suggests starting investing in SPNG, CNS, or FNCC equipment, which I
Based.
don't know. Maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll see some other stuff.
Wow.
Durango's been doing lots of things in recent years, and it seems like there is no end to the Silverton train,
What
considering they
what
just
I'm
started running double-headed diesels.
Oh my god.
So
what I'm afraid of
Oh no.
is that 20 couples up to that and just the RGS just starts emitting from the consist and like 20 get stuck again, and they have to send every single preserved narrow gauge locomotive to come get it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna
well,
say you couple
speaking
those
of
two up and you create the RGS perfect storm, and but like it just dumps 8 feet of snow on Durango all at once.
Yeah.
speaking of perfect storm and chaos,
Oh no. Are we?
folks,
Is this what we're doing now? We're gonna.
use an excavator wisely.
Oh, I thought you were gonna cap off this thing. Okay, yeah, let's do this right now.
The elephant in the room. Oh no.
So
There's been a number of incidents recently. Most notably, which we'll start with, is Strasbourg
yep.
doing a noof. As many of you may know, 475 ran down the wrong track at Lehman Place Junction and got its smoke box kind of caved in by just a fun little excavator,
Yeah.
the good sort of tomfoolery.
It was a little
As,
bit. What's the word? Um.
It
I mean,
challenged an
it was
excavator to a fight and lost.
it was kind of shocking, honestly. It was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, I didn't realize it would sustain that kind of damage from that kind of impact. You think it's just gonna like push the excavator out of the way, but it just punctures the smoke box.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's pretty thin metal right around there.
I know, it's just not the kind of thing you expect. You think all steam locomotives are, these indestructible, gigantic pieces of metal, and
Well,
Tank
they're not,
engine.
and
I mean, they
they
are
will.
in some senses, but they're also really fragile in others
Mhm.
And
because
they will also very
475 is like
angry.
116.
they're angry.
They will kill you if you don't play nice with it.
Like a
Which-
boiler explosion?
Yes.
Please.
Speaking of that, they, from what I understand, it was decently close to hitting
sheet?
the front blue sheet. Like, yeah, they specify in the the Traco arm did not pierce or deform anything vital to steam operations, such as 475's flues or front blue sheet.
Mm-hmm.
But if it had punctured the front blue sheet, again, that's about like 200 pounds of steam pressure that now has a fun little hole to go through. Um, I think we all know from Kerbal Space Program what happens when you have a volatile substance that wants to escape to normal pressure and it has a small hole to go through. I was
Yeah.
arguably kind of
Please.
shocked that it was Strasbourg of all places that had this happen, but
Right?
they're also a place that very much they have the infrastructure and sort of support team in a sense to learn from this. And I assume the NTSB and at least the FRA are probably out there. And
Yeah. They're saying
yeah,
hello.
FRA staff is expected on the road on Thursday to look over number 475 and interview the crew. I assume there will probably be some rule changes, but
Yeah.
again, this was an incident that
Added
Well,
new
you
rule.
know,
It
No
was
waving
it
at
was
the
Yeah, I was
passengers.
gonna say no more waving.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah
it'll
it
be
was
good.
entirely preventable.
It was
Sadly,
preventable, which cannot be really said of the next one, I think.
Oh no. Well, I wanted to just highlight really quick how this. I know it's a Trainsmag article, but I'm
Yeah,
just reading through this and going, "Wow, this was written by such a foamer."
yeah.
Because it's
Mm.
the accident occurred at 11:23 a.m. as the first passenger train of the day was reversing ends of the connection with Amtrak's electrified Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania Keystone Corridor. Uh,
This
and
sounds like it was written by you.
yeah, first of all, rude. Second of all, wow,
No,
thank you.
but because
Um,
standards.
uh, with this engine running tender first on the 4.5 mile trip to Paradise. There, the train was left standing, and then the engine cut away and ran around. Da 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 da. After
Well,
it was
if you
determined that
think
everyone was safe, Strasbourg dispatched its ex-New York Central SW8 diesel switcher number 8618 to retrieve the passenger train, and it handled the 2 remaining scheduled passenger trips of the day. Afterward, number 8618 ran to Paradise to bring number 475 back to the Strasbourg shop. Meanwhile, the railroad began firing up number 89, a 1910 Canadian Locomotive Works 260 engine, to handle
Yeah,
weekday
this is-
trips.
This is extremely fummer.
They just do as many details as possible. The railroad's
Yeah.
third
Details,
operable
details,
steam engine,
details.
number 90, a 1924 Baldwin 210, number 90, has 75 days remaining on its 1472-day certification for federally mandated blah 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 blah.
Well, I
Like,
mean, that is good information to know.
I guess
Yeah.
it's just so much information.
Well, you know what's not good information though?
Oh,
Look
no.
at the last paragraph. Founded in 1882, the Strasbourg Railroad.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
It's
just
the same slur.
it's just here's a bunch
America's
of information.
oldest short line.
Yeah.
yeah, like, dude, this isn't your freaking research project. It's an
Yeah.
article.
Webster's dictionary defines short line as
Great. But yeah, so in the same day, in the same state,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Steam into history kind of picked the switch.
You doodled, yeah.
I love the Snapchat image of we derailed.
We derailed skull, skull, skull. What the fuck?
Yeah,
another one.
And it doesn't look all that great either.
Yeah.
it would be so much funnier if York had been pulling the train that day.
Oh, what
but,
was pulling
you
the
know,
train?
It was
That,
their DP9.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, you know, you have these, what are supposed to be Civil War era cars and a Jeep.
Well, yeah,
Also,
Civil War
a
Jeeps.
guy's Twitter name is Edaville Fan 21.
Oh,
Perfect.
based.
Yeah.
So I don't really have much info on that, but it is this kind of ridiculous that lightning struck twice in Pennsylvania, and
Yeah.
all the luck of the Pennsy
Only an
residents
hour
went
away
missing.
from each other.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was
Really?
like within 2-3 hours, I think, of each other or something.
It is. Yeah. It's an hour or two. I mean, TJ, didn't we visit both of these places in the same day?
We went from Steam into History to the 475 charter, yeah.
That's right. Rest in peace, 475. Too bad that it's gonna get scrapped now.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
kidding. It's
no.
actually.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to
475.
bring. I heard they're gonna bring 1223 back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna bring-
That's the one, the ancient one.
They're gonna send 425
Bring
down
back the
after the
Mohawk.
Santa trains.
Yeah.
Actually, 425 is almost has an expired boiler ticket as well.
Speaking of
Just conveniently.
475 though, and Revival, I guess they did braze together the smoke box door, and it was outside the shops
right
the
now.
other day.
Yeah.
which
It's not
is-
pretty.
Yeah, they still need to paint it up, but it's something. Which, again, the Strasbourg shops, they're
Fixed.
kind of well known for being the people that places like Disney will subcontract their work to. Because,
Don't-
yes,
Do not roll your eyes at me like that, okay? You do not understand the amount
Sequoia.
of healing my inner child needs with this game, okay? $40 is like $5 to my inner child right now, okay?
Well, you asked me to tell you no.
Don't laugh at me, damn it. Don't laugh at me.
Well, consider yourself told no.
Alice is in trouble.
No, Gloria is in trouble. Gloria is trying to avert bad financial decisions that are not railroad related this time.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
you did spend $150 today on it.
Yeah, on you, though. On you. Okay?
Let me
I
spend-
love you.
Let me spend $40
That's your
on
Christmas
me.
gift, goddammit.
Can I spend $40 on me?
No.
What?
Because you told me to tell you no.
But now that you know it's $40, Animal Crossing
Alright.
is way more expensive.
You knew that before you told me to tell you no.
We're in a lover's quarrel, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna go-
Alright. Tyler, you were saying that 475 is back, question mark?
it's very close to being back. Not sure when it will re-enter service, but it is pretty much like just put the paint on it and
Yeah.
it'll probably be good to go. Assuming the federal investigators aren't just like, oh, we want to piss you off even more. But meanwhile, in the place that the feds don't touch,
Feds don't touch.
Silver Dollar City did a thing.
Oh no.
It's
This is
the
not
What the
good.
hell's...
It's the 2-foot.
it's the tiny town train tragedy all over again.
Exactly.
Oh,
This
What's-
time, though,
what-
actually, out of all of these incidents, I think
Oh.
this is the only one that
Oh.
had injuries.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
Is
I
it
can
on
see
its
why.
side? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's no, like
They
it's like
literally
fell off the
flipped the train
trucks and just rolled over.
Yeah.
One in belly rubs.
That was Wednesday evening.
How did
6
this
guests
happen?
and 1 employee were transported by ambulance for medical treatment. 3 cars overturned.
Ow.
Accident occurred around 6 p.m. The train was almost full at the time. Injuries minor to moderate.
They said, wow, look at that thing to the right of the train, and everyone got up and ran over to one side of the train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
We'll see how it goes with the investigation, but I feel like, again, this is
Yeah,
this is
something's
2 foot,
fishy.
and you're trying to cram a bunch of people on 2 foot, and these cars are pretty wide.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
it's like trying to ride a unicycle.
Half the memories. All I need is fucking game. Okay? Okay? Got it?
We'll see.
Good.
Of course, it's minor to moderate injuries, so
Don't
the
look
tiny
at me
town
like
train
that,
tragedy
damn it.
did not
I'm not even
achieve
looking at
true
you.
I
RDS
can
levels,
see your
but
face, okay? And I know.
still.
I know what's running through your head, okay? Do not
Oh my
judge
God.
me.
Bruh.
true love, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary friends.
I think I know
They
what's
are-
going on with all these derailments.
They are the
God
epitome
is
of
angry?
a married couple.
These amusement parks are too cheap to get the superior full-size narrow gauge trains, and instead keep getting the fake ones that you use in parks and stuff.
Yeah, well, the full-size
Only
narrow
the
gauge
locomotives
amazing.
on the whatchamacallit one are real because they're like couples and stuff. The coaches are fake, so they tip over easier.
Full-size narrow gauge means that you have to send your stuff to Durango once you mess it up enough, and
No,
that
actually,
takes them a few months.
you send it to main locomotive and machine.
Oh God.
Remember, kids,
Your
don't
free
shake
foot on the
around in your
2 foot.
narrow gauge passenger cars, or they will literally fall off the rails.
Come on, guys, ship free foot on the 2 foot. In other news, quick round. My friends over at American Industrial Bird Society, they're still working on number 4, Oliver. This cute little thing. I will keep bringing this thing up because it's adorable.
It is.
They're doing a fundraising campaign for the new cab, $6,000. Go give money.
Do they want to run it?
Yes, this is the one that they want to do an operational restoration on. It'll basically be like the Gremlings engines, but a
Cool.
museum.
Cool. Good luck to them.
And also, I think this engine is larger than anything the Gremlings have because tender.
Yeah, it has a tender. That's an important,
Another important distinction: it will be green.
Base.
They were
and
green.
For the friends over at the CRRM, some of you may know them: Mark, Brett Weebold, the others,
Leighton,
Leighton,
Ice.
Mark.
You said that.
Ice is Mark.
Oh,
They're
right.
doing their
Whoops,
Polar
sorry.
Express.
Doxing heist.
Bible is gonna have PTSD again. Let's go.
I have already noticed PTSD, like something just kicked in when I saw
Santa
holiday
Claus.
caroling and the hot chocolate song and dance kick things
Yep.
off each evening, performed in
Yeah.
our newly renovated heated Polar Express pavilion. There's no
No.
space and it's all caps. and
Polar
it's-
Express TM. It's a branding thing.
Mm-hmm.
We live so Weibold can suffer.
Yeah.
What?
So they've started already. First, well, actually no, they haven't started yet. They'll start on the 11th. I believe. Yeah.
They
Then
suffer
it's
so
gonna
that we
be
all can have hot
Friday,
chocolate.
Saturday, Sunday. You check the dates. A little bit on and off in November, but December, once you get into December, it is every single day up till the 23rd.
Oh,
Yeah. So
That
the thing
is
is, you
awful.
think we don't hear from Weibold much now? We won't hear from him until January.
Yes.
yeah.
And I might not hear from Mark for quite a while.
Yeah, Mark either.
Because of this and because of other things.
Marky
Mark-
Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Mark, we love you.
Layton is just gonna die. Just like shoveling for $4.91 or something. He'll
Earl-
probably just throw himself in the wire box at this
Yeah.
rate.
At this point, they just need to get 74
yeah,
running.
we got it.
I know, I wish.
So they have something that's powerful enough for Polar,
Oh.
but isn't as demanding as 91.
I wish
But,
them luck.
Yes.
I hope
Ah,
20
yes,
does
the
not
Polar
kill you.
Halloween.
Godspeed to our glorious bastards.
Wait, I have an idea. Bring
Uh-oh.
over 20. Nightmare Before Christmas.
They have.
Oh
20.
god.
All right. Anybody?
Well, it's between TJ and Brian, and you guys have fairly similar / related topics. Brian, I think you should go first because TJ is the bulk of the thing. Also, I'm getting
All
yelled at
right.
again, so carry on. I'll be right back.
All right, so to begin this, all these railway strikes are happening right now, and of course Canada's getting in on it. Breaking news as of November 4th, 2022, so that was 2 days ago. 2,200 GO Transit workers will go on strike this coming Monday, aka tomorrow, after rejecting Metrolink's latest offer. Keep in mind, this is not Metrolink as in the Californian commuter rail. This is Metrolinx with an X, that is the holding company for GO Transit and some of the other Toronto transit things. This is basically coming about because the workers, members of Amalgamated Transit Union, or ATU, Local 1587, Toronto, Ontario, voted by 81% against the offer and in favor of strike action.
Whoa.
The strike announcement comes as CUPE's education workers are striking. I'm guessing that's also in Ontario. They cite Bill 124, the wage freeze, as one of the reasons why. Quote, our union joins the entire Ontario labor movement in common fight against a government who would rather destroy vital public services. So apparently this is less about the railways and more about Ontario.
Damn.
Fight for
Yeah.
Ontario. Let's go.
Solidarity, man.
At Ontario,
Yeah, so-
get wrecked.
I guess the topic really makes sense. Canadian passenger rail shenanigans, except it's not less passenger rail, more Canadian.
Yeah.
Because Ontario is secretly evil.
Well, we knew that already.
Speaking of Ontario being
that was
secretly evil,
Oh,
I
no.
will move on to my next topic, which is that that the Canadian government is attempting to kill off Via Rail from the inside, ish. Basically, Transport Canada confirmed October 31st, a little while back, that state corporation Via Rail Canada, of course we know them, has been shunted aside from its own project to construct and operate an electrified high-frequency rail, or HFR, service along the corridor linking Quebec City, Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto. The only profitable route Via currently covers. So that's bad.
I love it when we get the articles that are like, oh, this private company thinks they can do the Northeast Corridor better, and we're like, shut up and go away, and now the Canadians are just like, sorry, but yeah, you can do it.
No, this isn't a private company. This is essentially they're kicking in the death nail for Via Rail by bringing in its replacement.
Yeah, well, exactly. This is, I mean,
But they're going to kill Via Rail because they're taking away its most profitable thing, so nobody will want to fund Via Rail anymore.
well, so what is this? It's just a second public-private entity that would supplant Via?
No, it won't supplant it. It'll take over from it on its only profitable route, meaning that Via will basically just be left with the Ocean and Canadian, which lose money constantly,
Mm-hmm.
and as such, they'll be canceled and they'll die.
Rip.
Whatever this new company is, it's killing Via Rail.
I mean, it just strikes me as, I mean, I don't necessarily understand why this is a separate thing at all. In the first, I mean, I thought this was going to be like, oh, it's Canadian version of Brightline that apologizes before it kills you and your dog, but I guess if it's just another, if it's something that's going to be sort of operated similarly to Via Rail.
They won't be operating cross-country services.
Well,
The
no, I
Canadian
just
and
mean like
the Ocean will
internally.
die.
I just mean internally.
Will only Canada will still have public passenger rail, but only in the east. Like Ontario and Quebec will be the only provinces with nationally funded passenger rail. Everything else will be limited to some commuter trains and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
This sucks.
Well, I hope that's not how it works out. Via Rail is already running into trouble with its heritage fleet, among other things. I mean, that may be why this is sort of politically expedient for them to, okay, we're going to replace the bits of Via with something that is, like, doesn't have the Via problems, and then we can just get rid of Via, because then we get rid of the problems without actually having to solve them.
Yeah. Like, to put this into perspective, I'm going to compare this to Amtrak real quick. Imagine if the American government created a new Amtrak sort of company to run the Surf Line, the whatever that Michigan corridor is with the high speed, and the
Right.
Northeast and Keystone corridors, and just got rid of everything else.
Right, no, and
That's basically what this is.
I understand that analogy. I'm saying you could actually take that even further by sort of talking about the issues that Amtrak's been having with the amount of available superliners, especially after the wreck earlier in the year. And this was just their way of solving that problem or getting rid of that problem without having to replace or finish the superliners. It's well, Amtrak isn't allowed to get rid of these routes, but we are allowed to get rid of Amtrak. But we want to keep the other routes, so we have to find another thing to give them to, so that we don't have to buy more superliners or find a replacement for the superliners. Which that in and of itself is a big problem. I don't think TJ. I don't
Just
think
get
you.
better passenger rail as a whole.
I wish. That's sort of
I
TJ's
want
thing.
via rail view liners, please.
We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, the
speaking of
instead.
via rail coaches, one last thing I want to talk about real quick that I'm guessing you were trying to segue into earlier. That I'm sorry for cutting you off about.
No, it's just
But-
it felt like a viable thing, like a not necessarily a segue, but something that is related.
Yeah, Via themselves in what I'm guessing is their dying days is also adding buffer cars to rear of all Bud equipped trains. So basically, the old Bud coaches, the HEP ones, the HEP twos, the old streamliners that everybody loves, are sadly nearing the end of their days. But there is no apparent immediate replacement for them because the British Railways aren't retiring any coaches anytime soon. And the ones that we already got from them are pretty shit. And we can't really order like long distance Siemens ventures out of nowhere at all.
Nobody can. They
And
can't
nobody
even.
really
They can't even
make-
make the ones that have been ordered already.
Yeah. So what Via is doing in the meantime is essentially adding an extra coach on each end of the train with nobody in it that will act as a buffer car in case of a derailment or collision. Essentially compensating for the fact that these things are not up to modern safety standards.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it look a bit bizarre because you have just like this random coach behind the observation car, but it isn't a private car because Canada doesn't do that for some reason.
Lame.
Yeah, it's lame. They used to apparently, but at some point they stopped.
Well, yeah. It's a shame, or it's going to be a shame to see the Buds go when they do. But boy, those things have been in service for a real long time.
Refurbished
This is why I want the Viewliners to come back, because then it'll feel like they're still around, because the Viewliners, I guess they kind of are underneath Bud-ish. Because they got the corrugated stainless steel sides, they got like those classic sorts of looks, and they're built for long distance services, and the current cars are like baggage cars and sleeper cars, so it works. All you need is like a regular coach and maybe some sort of observation version, and it would work. But sadly, I think Via is just more content with shutting down long distance service altogether and just dying. It's sad.
Bombardier to get off their butts and make new buds.
I mean, really, we just need.
Bombardier, I think you mean Alstom Canada now,
Yeah.
because that's what it is now.
Really, at the
Oh.
end of the day, what we need is we need passenger rail procurement to not be a complete disaster in every phase of the game. It's a catastrophe. It has been for like 20 years now.
I know a solution now. Diesel-powered long-distance Avelia.
Diesel powered, bruh.
Yeah,
Put up
because we
dang
can't
wires.
really put up the wires at the moment, as much as I want
The
them to.
Lafayette does the same thing. I'm like, no, come here. I want to pet you. He let me pet him a little bit. And he's like, no, you don't have anything. Fuck off.
What if we just sue GM
What if?
and
Yeah.
use the money to put up the wires?
Listen, if the Florida Department of Transportation can sue Brightline for taking away its toll revenue, we can sue General Motors for taking away our interurbans.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yes, that was a thing.
Look
Wait, which
up
part
the,
of it? Wait, hold on. Which part of it are you asking about?
Brightline being sued
Yes.
by the Florida government
Ye-
for tolls.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
It was a whole thing. We reported on it all.
that was a Florida moment.
Yeah.
I need to look this up. What
Yeah.
the hell?
Florida.
Meanwhile, TJ, you have the
East Rail
floor.
is screwed.
All right, well, uh, it's not just us on the podcast who want more trains and better trains. Uh, and it seems like there's a little bit of momentum in that direction, which is welcome. First, in Pennsylvania, a grant has been secured to fund rail work in the form of new railroad ties to speed up Amtrak services through the region.
Which don't exist yet, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes,
Don't worry,
but
the Phoebe Snow will be get there sometime.
Yes.
there
I will make
are,
that real.
but Amtrak has proposed 39 routes in the last year, including service between Scranton and New York City, Allentown and then also New York City to Allentown and New York City to Reading, which could serve a combined 1.3 million riders per year. So it seems like people in Pennsylvania are excited and want Northeast Pennsylvania to have rail again.
That would be nice.
Um, it says, quote, I am among a passionate and vocal throng who have been advocating for the return of Northeast Pennsylvania rail passenger rail service because it can do so much good for so many reasons, and this funding goes a long way toward making that a reality sooner rather than later, says State Rep Maureen Madden from District 115 in a statement.
Yeah, this is
Uh,
like half of the ties on the entire railroad, or on the entire main line. I was
yeah.
talking to a friend of ours, Chris, who works for the DL in their maintenance of way department, and when this news was about to break, we had a conversation about how this is a massive part of their main line that Amtrak is not only, or well, the government is paying to refurbish number one to bring it up to class 3.
So this is the Pennsylvania state government funding half of it, and then they're going to apply for a federal
Yeah,
half, right? I
right.
believe.
So the state government is doing one half of the main line. The federal funding will probably, hopefully, be doing the other half of the main line. And also, when Amtrak comes in, they will be assuming maintenance on this section, which takes a.
Imagine they like do.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm just imagining this funny situation where it's just like, oh yeah, we've done all the track upgrades. Like, there's a concrete tie every second tie.
Yeah, that's
Wood,
yeah.
concrete, wood, concrete, wood, concrete.
Well, then you've got to replace the other half later. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
I see no problem with those.
I believe the understanding is that Amtrak, when they come in, should take over the, you know, doodad. Um, but the only missing piece here is the Lackawanna cutoff, which I used to report on like years ago. Still not a ton of progress there, but they're trying to get that done. There's, I think, what is it, 20 something miles of track that needs to be, 28-mile section of track that must be rebuilt between Port Morris and Slateford. 7 miles in New Jersey is under construction. And yeah, so hopefully there will be trains to Scranton within the next couple of years. Um, it's, of course, worth mentioning that Joe Biden is from Scranton, so that might have something to do with it. Also, wait a minute, did you delete the thing?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was done talking about it, so I deleted it.
I'll take. I need that. Give me that. Thank you. Gonna put that in the
Uh,
cargoes.
So what I'm
Yeah.
hearing is we're gonna have the Billy Joel special from Allentown
Wait,
to
crap!
New York.
Did you put my stuff in cargoes?
No. Did you delete it?
Yes. Let me undo that.
Please put it back.
Yep.
I said
So
Control Z, not.
Give me that.
uh,
You and your
another area where rail might be in their future is the godforsaken state of Ohio.
Not that
Unfortunately,
bad.
Ah,
Unfortunately, I can only read the headline.
Oh, wait, let me see. Can I read it? Let's find out. Nope, I can't.
Doing business.
We can read the first 3 lines. A coalition of Ohio's regional planning agencies and mayors sent an official filing identifying 10 rail lines that state leaders want the Federal Railroad Administration to include in the agency's corridor identification program, and that's all we know. I
Probably all there is to know.
That's for passenger rail development. I mean, I'm sure we'll hear more about them when or if they go any further. But
Speaking of maybe nothing happening ever, in Utah, apparently, like, basically a spokesperson from UTA said, if we have funding, I would and the governor of Utah have said that, yeah, high-speed rail would be nice if we could get it funded.
in,
And that was pretty much that.
I mean, that is the
Um,
sentiment. But the fact that the
Great
governor
deal.
is saying
You
that
give me.
is something.
Yeah,
True.
apparently, there's a little bit more to it than that. Quote, we've had initial discussions over the last 3 years of the possibility of high-speed rail, said James Larson, who works in strategic communications at the UTA. What would it take? How much would it cost? Federal regulations, environmental studies, and feasibility studies. No money has been set aside for that type of study.
Darn.
We would love to conduct a study before we could even consider this.
Well,
So
I
there
wish
we
them
go.
luck on their studies.
What would be nice is if every state bar Rhode Island got it's like own sort of like localized rail system. That would be pretty cool.
Why would we need that? Why don't we just have one big one?
Yeah,
Because
I-
competition. I don't
we
know.
don't we don't need to have we don't need to
But they
have
wouldn't
Other
come.
states.
They wouldn't be competing if they were in each state instead of intrastate.
I love building
Interstate.
the original Providence terminal station at every state border crossing, or you have to
Yeah.
get off and get on another train. How to make high speed rail take as long as possible.
The ultimate what's it called? Paradox.
Yeah, it's like one of those freaking useless machines that turns the switch off when you turn the switch on. We've spent $10,000 making a machine that does the thing you want it not to do. But I mean, Utah is. I also thought you were going to open this with speaking of godforsaken states, but Utah is fairly forward when it comes to investing in their passenger rail. Probably because like everyone in Utah lives in the same city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no suburbs in Utah. The rest of it is deserts and sadness.
And Toyman.
It's Toy Man
Enjoyment.
and a
No.
big Salt Lake. I mean, you could say it's
Hey-
all suburbs.
Hey
but it's
man,
just-
don't talk about. Listen, dude, don't talk about Apple's bed like that.
Weibold's bed?
Yeah.
Oh, Dean
Salt
Dean
Lake.
apparently knows a lot of. Oh, Salt Lake. I was gonna say you know a lot about Weibold's bed.
well, I mean,
Concern.
Alyssa does.
Not concerned.
Well, you did sleep with him on the trip.
I didn't.
Snake
Well, I
Cat.
mean, there were only 2 beds.
That's your excuse.
Ugh. There were only 2 beds.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna send you my toenail.
Okay. I'll put it in the jar.
The jar.
Yeah, just
What
wait till you get the
jar?
jar back. This is all your threats returned to you.
What jar?
Catapulted through your window.
What jar?
That's
Okay.
you'll find out when you find out.
If this jar contained bodily fluid, I am.
Oh
I
no,
am
it'll
nuking
contain.
Rhode
Don't
Island.
worry, don't worry. TJ, make Amtrak great again.
Yeah, speaking of finding out, they are launching a study, the FRA is, to see about expanding their long-distance passenger services and possibly bringing back old routes that were discontinued.
I found a list of some of the old routes that they might be bringing back. I'm just going to post that in the chat here.
Okay,
Bring back all.
They
all
include
of the
North
Tennessee rails.
the North Coast Hiawatha,
based.
the Pioneer, the Desert Wind, the National Limited, and the
Yes!
Three Rivers.
National Limited is like the East Coast train we need to get back. Pioneer and Desert Wind are great, and of course the North Coast Hiawatha is Milwaukee Road.
What about the Three Rivers?
I don't really have much to say about the Three Rivers, but it's a good train. Uh,
Bring back the
I
Tennessean.
know what to say about the Three Rivers. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to be the Phoebe Snow.
no, it's going to be the Broadway Limited 2. But the
No,
thing
they're
is,
going to run both the Broadway Limited and the 20th Century.
please, uh,
And Centralisms.
you know, the thing about this study is that it's surprisingly serious. That they made a whole website for it. Like
Yeah, they did.
this isn't them just being spurious. And in fact, I'm
Yeah,
going to sign
one
up to stay informed.
one note that I had that was interesting. It said, let me see if I can find it here. It says, over the next year, we'll be engaging with and listening to stakeholders, including transportation and rail partners, federally recognized tribes, and communities as we evaluate how to better connect people with long-distance rail services. This is the first time that many communities, partners, and stakeholders will be included in a study of this magnitude, and we are committed to forming diverse and inclusive groups in every region. So it seems like they're going to be talking to more people than just like, I don't know, people who are going to give them money.
Yeah, more people
It
than
seems
just
like,
congressmen.
yeah, it seems like they're going to actually talk to the people who the rail might actually help,
Hmm.
hopefully.
Vote for
It's
transit.
very nice of them to put federally recognized tribes in there. Um, yeah, it's all around. It's a promising step.
Yeah.
But there are some people
Oh.
uh, that think that the federal government needs to go further in bettering our United States rail infrastructure.
Conrail 2.
So, according to this article by FreightWaves, um, apparently there is a inter-union caucus called Railroad Workers United,
Hmm.
adopted a resolution supporting public ownership of railroad infrastructure in the United States.
Unfortunately, that referendum was only voted on by 25% of the membership. The other 75% of the ballots were lost in the mail. Oops.
Oops.
No,
Oops.
that's a joke. That didn't happen.
So they are advocating for a similar system to how our roads and trucking infrastructure works, where the government owns and subsidizes the maintenance of the rails, the network, the signals, yada, 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 and private companies use those tracks and contract those tracks or whatever to run trains on them.
Hmm. It's
Now, I can see like a bit of hesitancy in this model because I know of two situations, or at least two situations, where this model has been adopted and it's either worked really well or worked shittily. The one where it worked shittily is the entirety of the United Kingdom. They have that thing. It's called Network Rail. They own all the infrastructure. They just hire companies to run trains over it. And apparently it's so bad that they're bringing back British Rail.
well, yeah, and that's going even further in the direction of like, well, okay, the private companies thing did not help, so let's go. Let's just go back to nationalization.
Yeah. The On the other hand, I have seen like at least a version of this model at work in at I at least one place in Australia, Melbourne.
Mm.
Although that's more of a regional rail thing than it is like full on country rail. So I'm not sure if that has any effect on it.
I mean,
Well, the article here references France and Europe.
Oh,
mm,
that's actually a better way.
It says, quote, what you're proposing sounds similar to the European rail system. The representative from the Workers Union or Workers United says it is. their European model is not perfect, but I'll tell you something that I read about recently that I thought was really interesting about the European rail system. Quote, all of their rail infrastructure over there is publicly owned. And then they have the SNCF, which is the French-owned passenger rail network that runs French passenger trains. They run high-speed trains from Paris to Lyon, things like that. There are also private passenger trains in France, and this is a recent development. So France runs their own high-speed passenger trains, whether people like high-speed trains or not. They have some of the best trains in the world. The
That's
government basically maintains and owns the rail infrastructure, but they've started introducing private passenger trains on certain alternate lines that are not necessarily high-speed lines. The concern was that it's going to take away from the state-run passenger trains, and it's just a terrible idea, right? But the opposite happened. You actually increased rail on the government-owned passenger trains and the private passenger trains. The reason is the same reason why when you add extra lanes of an interstate highway after a few years, the traffic will be backed up right to where it was before. It's called induced demand.
Yeah, induced demand works with transit too. Who would have thunk?
I know, right?
Uh,
So, yeah, make rail in the United States great.
I like this. So the only thing, and I'm not saying this necessarily as a pro or a con, but it would be interesting to see how this would work out, or even how it would be structured in the U.S. Because something that we have that most other countries that have tried this don't have is a very busy freight rail system.
Yes.
You know, a
You
lot
know
of
what else
what?
we also don't have the dang wires.
Well, yeah, but that is something that.
Melbourne has wires. France has wires. The United Kingdom has mostly
Well,
wires.
we're back to why do we trust
India runs
France?
double stack under wires.
Why do we trust France to be the only people left building nuclear reactors? That seems like a bad
Well,
idea.
one last thing I'll say about this article, in relation to like, I don't know how it would work in the United States. The person who is speaking in this article doesn't really claim to know either.
Hmm.
Um, it says the FreightWaves asks, how would it look? How would it look if rail infrastructure were public in the U.S.? And the representative says, so disclaimer, no one knows exactly.
Right.
Everyone can try to predict and say they know the solution. I've always believed in free markets. I don't believe in strict top-down control of everything. So, no one knows.
It's yeah, it's more than a black and white thing here. We've talked at length about like nationalization, private companies, this sort of middle ground. What options do we have? And the answers are, we have like countless options. There's a million ways to organize this to make this work. Maybe the sort of national holding company keeps track of all the main lines, and the yards are still, the yards are run by private companies, and the local industrial tracks are run by local municipalities, that sort of thing, or any other arrangement you can
Anything,
possibly
yeah,
think of.
anything other than what we have now.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It's not even necessarily a question of like, will this work great? It's, will it work better than what we've got right now? And the answer is, God damn it, I hope so. Because to go back to the first discussion topic, impending doom from what we're doing right now.
So what I'm hearing is we nationalize the rail network and immediately hand it over to the Japanese.
Yeah.
I
There's
and
one final
a
thing-
joke in here. There's a joke in here about the attempted train 9/11 from the couple years ago, and it's just honorable kamikaze
yes.
Pearl Harbor 2, Pearl Station.
boat.
Although it would be amazing if I could go to work in a box cab.
I mean,
Make
yeah,
this happen.
ain't we all?
Yo, you love trains. Prove it. Make it so we all go
So-
to work in Baldwin Westinghouse box cabs.
We need to bring back Baldwin for this. And you know what?
Should we
I'm
talk
for
about-
it. Elect me as president. My first executive order. Resurrect Baldwin Locomotive Works.
So we talked about a lot of good things that are being worked on with regards to United States passenger rail. Unfortunately, one thing that's been in the news lately
God.
is not real and not happening. And that would be Chuck Schumer's advocacy for cannabis long-distance smoking cars.
Oh, we're back to the
the
70s.
hot box cars.
Now, quite a
Yeah,
few
somebody
people
Somebody ate
around,
the onion.
yeah, quite a few people around the rail industry bit the onion. Um, and even Railway, what was that, Railway Age, or was that Rail Fan or whatever?
I think it might have been Railway Age. It was one of the big ones. Yeah, it is Railway Age right here.
Yeah, even Railway Age bit the onion, and well, they didn't quite bite the onion, but they reported on it as if they did. Um, and yeah, so don't be expecting that anytime soon, but hopefully you might get maybe a new passenger line
Yeah.
or an old one, but new again soon.
Are you smoking
Please.
something? Get off my locomotive before you get hurt, Phoebe Snow. I mean, it's a great article. But yeah, as life imitates
Everyone
the
loves
onion.
a slow-moving train.
There were once were Potter trains, so why not pot trains?
Oh
It's-
no, 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 no! You better not do that. To If I'm using the name Phoebe Snow for my own train, I am not going to
TJ,
do that.
TJ, put it back, please.
Oh, okay.
I don't
The
worry.
old
I will
Union
remove
Pacific
the
doesn't come
articles.
through
Don't
here.
worry. I could, because I need to take them. I'll always cut them when I take them. Anyway, what were you saying, Tyler?
The old Union Pacific doesn't go for here much anymore.
Yeah, and then it's just like Rasta train.
The longest thing ever going super slow.
Yeah, man. All Gevos now come with speakers which play nothing but Bob Marley.
Yes.
All right, is everyone ready for latest train on Amtrak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bring the rain.
Actually, before we do that, does anybody have any advertisements?
Nope.
I don't at the moment.
No.
Subscribe to the community channel if you want to buy trading cards. I've still got like 20 packs of Batch 2, so hit me up on Discord, etc. That is all.
Subscribe to Mark's channel.
Also, subscribe to
Heist.
Heist. I don't know how you would know about me and not know about Heist, but, that's, to each their own, I suppose. Oh, you know what? I didn't put in the camera. All right, guesses. Ooh, that's a lot of late trains.
Ooh. I guess I'll go first. Coast Starlight.
North or south?
Hi.
South.
Coast Starlight southbound. All right. Other guesses?
I'm trying to remember what the long distance trains that Amtrak currently runs are. There's the Empire Builder, there's the California Zephyr, there's I'm forgetting other ones.
Southwest Chief, Sunset Limited, City of New Orleans, Crescent, Cardinal.
Okay, I must say is there currently a northbound Southwest Chief?
It'd be eastbound, but yes.
Okay, eastbound Southwest Chief then. Yes.
Okay.
I guess I can't say the Hattie B because that's not run in 40 years, but
It's pretty late.
we'll go with, You're making me think of Murder Mania now.
Yes.
Eastbound Empire Builder because Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee.
All right, TJ?
I'm gonna guess the westbound Zephyr.
Westbound Zephyr. Okay, we'll start there. The California Zephyr to Emeryville is 20 minutes late at Green River, Utah. Not quite
good.
so late. There's another one, actually, that is 1 hour and 7 minutes late at Ottumwa, Iowa. Meanwhile, the Southwest Chief to Chicago is 21 minutes late at Trinidad, Colorado, or on time at Los Angeles. It actually just left. Oh, there's a third one. Oh boy, there's another one.
Ooh.
Third 4 on the system is 6 hours and 28 minutes late at Mendota, Illinois. Now let's do the Coast Starlight. The Coast Starlight is to Los Angeles is 50 minutes late, 50. Oh, there's another one that's on time, so that's not bad. Which Empire Builder did you want?
I think I said eastbound.
Eastbound. Ooh. So, the eastbound Empire Builder, or one of them, is 5 hours and 2 minutes late at Harv, Montana. You'll notice that is less time than the Southwest Chief of Chicago. Neither of those are the latest train on Amtrak. And I'm just going to double check things really quick before we read off your last eastbound
Holy
Empire Builder at 16 hours and 8 minutes late
what the
at Grand
That sounds
Forks,
about right.
my
North
God.
Dakota. And that is the latest train on Amtrak. Did something happen
That-
up there? Because there's a lot of late Empire Builders right now. There's another one that's 6 hours and 44 minutes late. That's
Interesting.
very late. I have to wonder if there was like a wreck or a snowstorm or something. Where did it pick up all this time?
I think it was the Empire that I saw months and months ago. That was 24 hours late.
Yeah, that'll happen. It picked up most of the time between Malta and Stanley. So, yeah, way up there in North Dakota. Interesting.
So, lesson learned, folks. Play Merger Mania. You'll learn where Amtrak may be late,
Or just play Merger Mania in general.
but it's pain.
wish we could, but somebody voted for the wrong thing.
No, they voted for the right thing.
I'm
No,
kind of glad we played
they
OpenTTD.
came to the server. They came to the server because of Merger Mania,
Well,
and they didn't vote for Merger Mania.
well,
What the hell?
that's
Whoa, and a honorary mention of the latest train on Amtrak is the Northeast Regional that's 3 hours late
yeah. This is
to
another.
Roanoke.
Where did that pick up time? Oh, of course, in Virginia.
Yeah.
Funny thing, actually, that Northeast Corridor train is like Northeast Regional train is 3 hours late. Is later than any train on Via somehow.
Yeah, that is interesting. I remember the days.
How is
when,
that later than Via?
I remember the days
Via?
when the Canadian was 24 hours late every day
Yeah.
in the before
The
times.
weird thing is, even with all their delays, I still haven't seen one parked at Edmonton when I've gone to and from school.
Oh, one
Because
of
I
these
pass
days.
by the station on the city bus on my way into school, and I never see it there. I always see the intermodals and stuff. They're parked out in Walker Yard, but I never see the Canadian.
Rip.
Well, hopefully you see it while you still can. That's why we went to see KCS.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. The
I've
eternal,
been forgetting
the
everybody.
eternal holder of the mantle. My termination, by the way, is thank you for buying trading cards. I've said buy trading cards enough. Website is coming soon, TM. We have added another member to the venerable team of folks that are getting credits on the Locomotive versus Rules doc. East has volunteered to help me with the website, which is very, very kind of him, and I hope I do not break him.
Everything the cards touch will break.
Yeah, well, you were already broken, Tyler.
Might is touched, but it's the
Are
opposite.
you ready for more royales?
Everything
Actually, you know who reminded me about doing the Celebrity Royale?
Oh no.
Heist was like, "Hey, we were supposed to do that thing while we were on stream." So, soon to
Oh yeah.
What if we drag
Just like
John
Triple
into
B.
that?
drag
Soon
who in?
TM.
John.
John Mulholland?
Yeah.
Oh boy. we have our three CRM employees, our technical advisor, and our museum president, and they're going to square off. All right, Brian, what is your termination?
Okay, so people outside of Discord don't know this, but I've been working on my own plan for a fictional but like, I'm trying to make this realistic. A new New York to Chicago train service that's better than what Amtrak provides. And because my only real option is to run it out of Hoboken, I decided to reuse the Phoebe Snow nomenclature. So I came up with this cool retro advertisement line based on the old like Phoebe Snow rhymes. All right.
Go for it.
When you ask where to, Chicago comes through, as expected with service from Royal Blue. But all who show up at Hoboken know the train's true name is the Phoebe Snow. I also have a slightly joke version that was based on like, you know how like there's always the food delivery robots that get hit by BNSF trains in that one place. I think who was it that posts that all the time?
Where?
Oh,
Like the food delivery robots that get hit by BNSF.
Oh God, wasn't that like near O'Gilly's?
Yeah,
No, that was
yeah, O'Gilly's.
I thought it was.
O'Gilly's or TBA or one of them. But anyway, I came up with this joke version of the rhyme before that.
Oh, no.
Gevos on stacks give robots a smack, causing delays on their downtown tracks. But when time is important, travelers will know to go Royal Blue on the Phoebe Snow.
Oh my God.
rest in
I
peace.
I
all
could
of
see
the
that
robots.
on an advertisement.
Exactly, it's perfect.
All right, TJ, what about you?
The new Phoebe Snow coming soon to a corridor near you.
Since this is the closest episode to Halloween, almost said Thanksgiving. This is the Halloween, Spirit Halloween theme song.
Okay, cool. That actually reminds me, we are like 4 episodes away from Zombie Train Locomotive Versus. So,
Yep.
that will be on December 17th if all goes well, and we will probably be shifting the podcast by a week, sometime around the beginning of next year, possibly to avoid doing an episode on New Year's Eve, and also to line it up so that we have our April 1st episode next year, and because I've got some friends that want to play D&D, but their off weeks or off weekends are the same weekends we do the podcast. So there's an ulterior motive, which will inadvertently give O'Gillies what he wants, which is the diesel locomotive versus
That's gonna be
and
pain.
and earliest train in Amtrak. That's going to be pain. I have to click on all the green ones instead of all the black ones.
Don't
the
let
city
him
of New Orleans.
drag me into that, okay?
Well, I promise nothing. All right, Dean.
I made a video on the KCS trip. You go watch it. Now.
Okay. And Tyler. What is this? What is this video?
There's a reason I chose OpenDDD.
Oh God. Okay. I hope everyone enjoyed this episode of the Terminus podcast. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you to
Thanks, Dad.
Yes, thank you. A special shout out to Brian's dad, and of course, thank you guys for coming on, including our guest. Thank you to the viewers for sticking with us, watching
You're
the
welcome.
show. Thank you to Wes and Steve, because without you, we could not have the trading cards or Locomotive Versus. And thank you for Virtual Railfan for not taking us down like every repost of the 475 crash.
Or they might be on their way right now.
Yeah, they're coming. We'll see you all next week, and in case of an emergency, call Conrail. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you guys around.
Eli, he's racist.
No
Thank you.
tango, de never.
Bye.